So do you think body count matters in dating?
If you have no body counts,
That's a problem.
that can be a problem though, because you have no experience though.
Exactly.
So you don't know how to make love to a woman.
So you would never date a guy who has like a low body count?
Nah.
No.
And that's called preselection. Girls just don't like guys who don't sleep around. But their dating advice at the same time will be, you have to respect a woman, you have to give her a flower, or crap like that. Even though slowly men are realizing that this is just a total nonsense.
What is something you haven't told her?
We had to the same dude.
I mean, that's already exposed though.
Hers was 4 years ago. Mine's current.
Wait, you're with him right now?
Yeah.
How do you feel about that?
I don't really care.
I think she is lying here. She cares about this. Because this is the dude who has that, I would say, correct body count in females' eyes. By the way, guys, I don't know if something is wrong with me, but I would never take one of my friend's ex. How are you going to have a meaningful relationship with your friend and at the same time with your partner? I just don't get it. The modern world, modern rules.
I'm gonna marry that dude. I'll be for real.
Oh my god, you're such a.
Yeah, exactly, guys. That was the same reaction from my person. But if you don't respect yourself, how do you want to be respected by other people?
These are my savage tips for how to come out on top when you are going through a divorce. This is not going to be for those of you who think an amicable divorce is possible, because I don't believe in it.
But before we move on, a little background for you guys.
Then I decided to marry a guy who literally, number one, wouldn't leave the house if he didn't like what I was wearing. And number two, if I did something that upset him while we were out and I was wearing something, he would take that article of clothing, cut it up into pieces with scissors, and then hide it in our house for me to find.
Okay, now we can move on.
If it could be amicable, why would you be getting a divorce?
Hey, this is the question you should make to only yourself. You were with this guy, knew what rules and values he respects, and still decided to marry him and be with him for 6 years. After all, I guess the divorce was also a decision from your side. And additionally to that, you are here sharing some savage divorce tips, probably to make his life even worse. Fortunately for this guy, only for a little while.
If it happens, it's rare. So number one is the person who realizes we're getting a divorce first is going to have an advantage in the beginning, because the person you're divorcing is not the same person you were married to. When you were married, you were on the same team, you were one unit going through life together. When you get a divorce, that is split apart. You now have two people on opposite teams who are enemies.
I think I know who was the enemy for another partner at first, but you see the logic, guys, from her. She is saying that a normal, or I should say a divorce with some degree of respect, is impossible, at the same time saying that your partner is an enemy, obviously. Once she realized that doesn't want to be with him anymore. You should not lie to yourself. You really wanted to make a terrible time for him.
Your enemy is going to take advantage of you. Your enemy is going to try to aim for your weak spots and hit you where it hurts.
Well, if you are saying the word enemy, and you make it real by the way you treat another person, don't expect nice stuff in exchange. But sweetie, who started this?
Playing nice in a divorce is probably not going to work out. Also, being emotional with the other person is not going to work.
Yeah, but at the same time, you decide to make his life worse because of your emotional state. You such a great divorce coach right here.
Even my best friend ended up screwing my baby daddy, so I wouldn't even advise talking it out with them.
So you also gave him that privilege of having a child with him. Oh snap.
Don't say anything in a text or a phone call that you would not want read out loud in a courtroom. And if your ex is having an emotional moment, they want to hash it out on the phone, they want to yell at you, make threats, call you names, let them do it.
But here, guys, she is giving a piece of excellent advice. Luckily, I haven't had a divorce, but I heard stories when people are breaking up. For some reason, women can make your life a really bad one. In court, if you are a male, you are always in a worse position. That's why you should be ready to get some evidence.
And if your ex tries to tell you, let's be amicable, let's just work it out together, I cannot stress enough how you should not trust that. You should still get a lawyer. You should still go into it like everything they say is a complete lie.
Guys, I'm not going to be against her. She is entirely correct here. Always go with the flow and don't trust your partner when the divorce case is on. Don't go to some marriage therapy, separation, or other situation like this. Don't be a victim. You still have a life ahead of you.